Hello everyone and welcome back to Out of War. I'm your host JC. I've had questions about how I have the power running, so I'm just going to do a quick run through. If you want a more detailed thing, go back and watch Season 2, Episode 37. I have it all in there, but so what we do is um, each one of these is connected to a power source. Each one of those power sources run 42 kilowatts. I currently have, as you see, 4 of the 8 running, so I have 16,800 power, and we are only using 14,653. This one and all the ones down that way are level 1 power inputs. I only have to have a 1 level 10 to make all of these conveyors run at 300 speed. And everything from these water pumps and these power inputs and these generators are all connected to everything over here. So I have 1 power per input here, no power lines, and I'm able to run currently, like I said, 14,653 kilowatt with a 16,800 possible usage right now currently. So like everything here, everything inside here, everything where the bagger's at, this little small thing I have cut in over here, all of this is all connected. You see, same power, 14653. So like I said, I did do a detailed explanation on how to input it and how to make it work. And like I said, Season 2, Episode 37. There was a question about it in the last video, so I just wanted to toss it out there. We're going to go over here and we're going to run something. Someone said to put in a temporary storage. If you remember on the last video, we were overloading this one conveyor right here. So I looked at this. I know it's going to look funky. It's going to clip. However, I think it's going to work, so I'm going to try it. We're going to go into factory. We're going to go into conveyors. We're going to pick up 2 of these storages. We're going to put them right here. Get this paint out of the way. We're going to sell off these 2 logs. We don't need them. And then we're going to put these in. And we're going to put one right there. Right there. Yes, I know it clips. I know it looks weird. But it's a temporary thing until they fix the bug. And then we're going to put in 1 conveyor, or hopper. 1 more. And then we're going to come over here. We're going to run this forward 2 blocks, or approximately 2 blocks, maybe a little further. Let's go a little further. Let's go right there. And we're going to run through here and do 1 cut for sure, probably 2, and then we're going to mess around. I kind of want to dig a road going back over there, but I think the only thing I'm going to get over there is, if I do that, is going to be pay dirt and blasted rock, maybe a little bit of coal and iron and stuff. But so I may have to run a different power setup over there instead of using the coal generators. I may have to do a wind generator over there, farm, but set it up the same way. Except this time I will have platforms for the wind power to sit on instead of, having them float in air on the grid. So we're going to go through, we're going to do a quick cut, we're going to go check that conveyor. Those pass-throughs are not in. Let's go ahead and jump out now, fix that so they actually run through. Or we aren't going to get nothing done. Alright, turn pass-through on, turn pass-through on. Now those should be running material. Yeah, okay, good. Jump back up in here. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. I know I do. Best I can do, though, is try to fix them as easily as I can when I do make them. So, yeah, we got material running through now. We are going to get a little bit of blasted rock. If you look right there next to the coal, you see it. It's going to pop up more, I'm sure. It's going to connect in with that big one there. And when we start going across here, I think we're going to have a lot of blasted rock. Which, if it starts doing gold like it's supposed to, we'll get a bunch more gold out of it. If not, we're going to be getting a bunch of copper and lithium and stuff like that. And I think that I might hold off on doing the road building for over there. Maybe we'll do 2 or 3 cuts here and then work on the roof some more. We still have quite a bit to go on that. And it is something we need to get finished off, especially if we're going to move up there and start a thing up there. Because if I do that, I want to have this plant done. And I still need to put in that roof. I think that's it. I think we've done everything else over here. We got the walls in. We got the barrier over there for the opening for the rampway down. We got everything painted on the inside. We got the conveyors painted on the outside. The power's over there working properly. I kind of want to just keep staying here and working across this. But I think it would be fun to like tear down an entire mountain. Maybe I'll save that for a different season. It would be nice to connect our 2 plants though, because we still have, if you look back here, see if I can find it real quick. I had a heck of a time last time finding it. It's up in here some, there it is right there. So if I could like get a road, I'm over here, so it's going to be on the back side here. And I believe the way I came and drove here was I went down through here, and then I turned and came up and over the top of this hill. So we could technically kind of like put a road in like this right through here. Or wait till we get done with this cut and see how far it takes us out. But being the other plant's right up there, it shouldn't be too hard to get to. But yeah, put it in a road of some sort like we did in season 1. I know that one in season 1 was a small road, but they're kind of fun to do when you're just messing around. The worst part is trying to get the ground flat so that when you come through with the paver. Actually, no, loading the paver up's the hardest part because you have to do it with a small truck, and you'd have to have that truck go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth a lot because you overfill the paver, it just goes everywhere, and then you're cleaning up a mess. And I don't mind buying gravel to make asphalt. I just need to know like how much to put in like a hopper feeder system. Because what I'll do is I'll put like a solar panel down, a hopper, and an elevator, and then a like straight out pipe to drive the truck up under. And it should just dump right into the back of the truck that way. At least that's how we kind of did it on season 1. Except in that one it was connected all to the same power source. And I wonder, like, if I keep going, like, how can you make this thing do where, like, the dirt falls in 2 hoppers at the same time, left and right, and then run, like, a 4 conveyor system? I don't know if that's possible or not. I'm really willing to try it, though. That's too far, about there. Because if I can run a 4 conveyor system and put in 4 plants, that would double everything, so we'd be running at like 28,000, 29,000, I think it is, somewhere in there. And we have 30, 33, 34,000 available without adding anything else extra to it. We could obviously add more and have more, so that's not a big deal. In fact, I don't even think you have to have pumps. I think you could do it with a conveyor system the same way. You wouldn't have to be using water pumps. Because if you had like a conveyor system that connected to your main conveyor system with like a merger or something, you should be able to connect to the end of it like we do with the pumps, a power input there, and connect a generator to that. That's not a very deep cut either. It looked like I was doing like a block and a half though when I moved forward. Maybe when I get to the front, I'll be closer to the hopper there. I might have shorted this one a little bit. Oh yeah, I forgot to jump out and check that thing too. Let's do that. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place, man. I just got off work a little bit ago, and mine's racing 1,000 miles an hour right now. Alright, so yeah, this is not overloading right now, so that seems to be working, which is good. I mean, we still have dirt in here, so even though this says like 600 pass through, it's not filling this up, which is fine. And this one never had a problem. It's still 299. That one's got dirt in it too. So yeah, this is working out. I'm gonna give props where props are due. Give me 1 second here. Okay, so this comment was sent to me by Adverac8529. It says you probably want to limit the amount of rock coming onto the belt at some point before the overload starts. That may mean slowing down the digger or using a temporary storage, handing out stuff more slowly. So I went with the more slowly bit, and it is working. And with that being said, like I said, thank you, Adverac8529. Your idea with putting the storages in there is working, and I appreciate the idea. Now we won't have the overloading. You're still getting a little bit of, I believe this is just like where the two conveyors meet is what it's doing. It doesn't seem to be actually losing dirt because I don't see any dropping on the ground and actually piling up. So with that, I mean, the only spot that's piled up is where I was letting it run out the back. So I think that the problem currently is solved by putting in 2 temporary storages for it to go through. Unfortunately, as I move forward, I'm going to have to move those forward with it, or have a giant run of just hoppers going across the map, which that might look kind of funny too. So this is, I don't know, that's a decent cut, I guess. Not quite a full one. I could have went a little deeper. But as you guys can see, we're getting more and more into the blasted rock here. It's getting a little bit wider, which is good. More copper for us. I think I'm going to do one more cut after this, and then I'm going to work on the roof while it processes. And I think all I'm going to do today is try to get as many ceiling panels put in as possible. And I'll paint it another day. I gotta find little projects to do, or I'm going to cut for like 20-25 minutes and then do a jump cut while the stuff processes for the next hour. Because if I keep doing deep cuts, it's going to take me that long. This thing is just chewing through material. I didn't even look at the hoppers to see how much was in there. And this next cut is going to go into the 3rd hopper, because I'm going to do probably 2.5, 3 blocks forward. And we're pretty much dead center in the middle of the 2nd hopper there. And this is the 2nd time I'm recording this video. The first time, for some reason, the mic was muted. So I deleted that one. I went back to a previous save. We're doing it again. So let's see. I believe that probably right about there is good enough. Now let's see if I can get this to go 3 blocks. Right about there. Now, we should get a bunch of material off this one. Before I jump and do that, I want to see how much are in these hoppers real quick. Alright, so this one has 542. This one's got nothing in it. Okay, so that's working well. We'll know how much is in the other one here as soon as we get done. And I know the dirt looks like it's falling into the 2nd hopper, but it's not. It's all falling into that 3rd hopper there. see a dirt floaty there. I don't like that. Um, it should have got that. I'll dig it out later on, I guess. It might go with the next cut too. We'll see. If it doesn't, I'll hand pop it out later on. But this is going to be 3 blocks. It should, when we get to the very front, be almost touching the spindle. I mean, I could probably do 4 blocks, but again, we talked about this before. It leaves this little divot right here in the middle. Let me change cameras real quick. As you can see, it's making a little ledge bump right here, whereas over here it's not as bad. It's kind of more smooth. We got a bunch of pay dirt going through right now, though, so we'll be getting some gold. Yeah, I could definitely see this thing taking the top of a mountain off. Alright, so we're getting into some more of the blasted rock. It's going to, like I said, start getting bigger and bigger. We're going to connect in with that piece. I'm just not sure how far it's going to take. Or how wide this is going to go by the time we get to it. My guess is it's going to go pretty much in line from this corner to that corner and from that out to that out there. So the closer we get, the better it's going to be. But yeah, that's a really good cut though. And I know that I could do a whole lot more if I wanted to raise and lower the boom. But I kind of want to just like keep smooth cuts going across. Like I know I could do 3 cuts wide or 3 cuts high. But then we'd be doing 1 cut per episode, because when you cut across once, then you cut back the other way, and you're not moving forward at all. You're pretty much not moving anywhere ever. I may, however, here in the near future, do a little bit of digging off recording. I'm not sure yet though, because like I said, I do want to put in that road going over there, and maybe set up something over there to take the top of a mountain off. I'm just not sure which one to do though, because I kind of like the idea of doing that one over there, but I think that one is connected more with other stuff and it would be a better one to do. This one's kind of spread out and there's only like one little tiny peak here. That one's got a peak there, and then on the back side, because I ran up there earlier, and kind of, if you look over the top of the, well, basically where the E is, behind that hill right there, there's another peak right there too. I did buy a drone and try flying up there. Man, those drones are so slow. They need to speed those things up. Like, I was just trying to raise the level up so I could see down and see what the best spot would be to do. I finally just ran up there. It was taking way too long. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and stop right here. This is like basically 90 degrees. Hop out of here and see how much is in this first hopper. We know the other one had 542 in it. This one's got 694, so it's going to take a little bit of time to run through. I'm going to go ahead and get my steel ceilings put in here, and we're going to run up, stop, and start putting this stuff in. Let's check this real quick before we run. Make sure it's still working like it's supposed to. Yep, staying at 30%. I like it. Thank you again, Adverac. That is very helpful. Now we won't have stuff falling out and losing material. I mean, I don't know if we're actually losing it or not, but why take the chance? What if I can jump up on that first level? It's going to be close. Let's try it. Yeah, there we go. I know that's not even close to being possible, but whatever. We're just going to run across here real quick and put as many of these tiles in as we can before all that material gets run out. I may have to do a jump kit anyway. There's over 1 million units over there, so. Oh, come on. Why is it not? There we go. I don't know why I'm having such problems with this. That first row went just fine. Maybe I need to put it out further. Do it like this. There we go. Now I'm going to go straight across. No, I'm not going to go straight across. Yeah, I am. I'm going to go straight across here. And then we're going to fill in this section to the right first. Now if I do this right, I should be able to get quite a few of these in here. As you can see, the material down there is still flowing through, so not going to be finishing anytime soon. That snap, okay. I did end up taking out that wind power generator that I had sitting there. I just didn't like the way it looked coming through the middle of their floor or ceiling. So I took it completely out. We still have the power shut off we can use down below with the input. Because any of your inputs you have, no matter where they're all connected the way I have it set up, and they will all shut off your power. If you need to shut off, just go to any of them, turn them off, turns everything off. That is part of the reason why I like the wind power though, is because you can just turn it on and forget about it. However, you're not going to get as much power as you do with coal. I said I'm running 4,200 per generator now instead of running 1,800. So to have the same power we'd have right now, we'd have to have 10 of those things running. And that's a lot. Let's run over here and see what it looks like. I'm sure it's not done yet, but... Really? I can't see it? Okay. Alright, we'll go over here and look at it then. Yep, still running through, okay. I don't know how I cleared that gap there because I just ran right over the top of the empty space. It was like just a corner like that right there, but still, I ran over empty space. At least it looked like I did to me. I may have to go build more of these. I've already used 300 and we have all that section over there to do too. So I might finish off this section here and then do, I guess, a bit of a jump cut because I'm running out of projects. Well, uncompleted projects. We can always start new ones. let's see where we're at now. That was like what? 10 minutes maybe? Nah, probably less than that. I want to say this first one's not even done yet. Yeah, it's not. We've ran through 200,000 material. That's it. And this one's got 787 in it now? What the heck? It has more material in it than it had. How is that possible when they're running the same speed? This one had 600 and something. This one had 500 and something. 787, 291. Well, it's staying steady there. That doesn't make sense. So maybe some of that dirt was falling into this one. But it looks like it should be falling right here. Alright. Whoa, what the heck was that? Did I say 1,000 something going out? Yeah, it says 1,000 going out. So that means these things are filling up probably. Yeah, this one's got 1,500 coming in. How about this one here? Alright, so it's just this. It's just that one conveyor that's causing, this thing here. So I probably only have to put one storage in, and I can actually do this as a regular conveyor. But that's making this stay 300, so man, don't know what else I can do. It's weird though, it's not going up. Because you would think that if it's got that much coming in, that number should be going up. And as you see, 1,630. Interesting. How about this one here? Yeah, it's still only 298%, which is the same thing. These are 29%. So yeah, a little bit of a jump cut here. Then I'm going to let this material run through, and I will see you guys here in a little bit. And we're back. I just watched 47 minutes of an hour-long video while I waited for this stuff to process, and we're just almost getting done here. Got a little bit left in the storages here. We're almost done with that. So this should be, yeah. Why is this one? Okay, that one's still got some dirt in it. Okay, but that one's done. So, and that one's done now too. So this should, yep. All right, so we'll run up there. Follow the conveyor. Get up here a couple of them, click on one of them, see, yeah, still 300, okay. So this will work out good. That one hopper, I don't know what we're going to do about that. I guess I could just keep moving it forward like I just did. It's kind of weird, though. And stop. Yep. So this is the right plant. The left plant's going to be done first, so we'll go check to see what's in that one. I think it's the left one. Yeah. So come in here, and I believe that one's going to be done first. Yep, it's finishing off. Still got material running through over there. Dirt running out that way. Nothing coming this way because we didn't have any blasted rock, so that's good. All that stuff should be through there. Yep, that one's done. Okay. So let's go ahead and hop up here. Let's try that again. Alright, so we got a bunch of material here. Alright, so we're going to take all the gold, the steel, the silicone, and the silver. All that stuff there is going to go into storage still. And I believe this is done too now? Yeah, this is done too. Okay. So we're going to grab this gold, 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 gold. Make sure nothing's down below. Silver, silicon, and steel. We're going to sell all that. All that stuff there is going to go into storage. So let's go to the sell. We're at 79. So let's see here. After selling everything, we're at 90. So we made 11 million. That's not too bad. That's going to do it for this one, though. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you do, click that like button. I am got some ideas in the works for future videos. I'm not quite sure I want to say what they are quite yet, but stay tuned. And so if you like it, click that like button. Helps out the channel a lot. If you have any tips, tricks, questions, concerns, the one in the last video did help me out with the storage thing, so I'm not having that overflow problem with that first conveyor. I do appreciate those comments. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for stopping by, and you guys have a good day.